Hello there, and welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Professor Jacob, and thank you so much for attending this lecture on Pokemon biology. Joining me here today in the foyer of this beautiful daycare center is, of course, my wonderful teaching assistant, Mr. Curtis. Mr. Curtis, if you could please introduce yourself.
Thank you, Professor. I'm happy to have you all here in my home, away from home, the Pokemon Daycare Center.
Well, you live like in a shack out back, right?
Well, I
Yeah.
mean,
Do you even have air conditioning in your shack, Mr. Curtis? This is a nice pad. It's cute. It's small. It's quaint. It's really beautiful. I mean, he's at the window right there. Oh, you can see. Oh, look at all those little baby Pokemon playing out back. Is that your shack over there by the woods? Right over there.
It's almost like the sunlight can't quite reach it. It's
I
not
can
like,
hardly see it.
It's not like covered by trees either. It's kind of out in the open, but it's still like fully covered in shade. How is that possible?
It's all the webbing. They've put up a webbing shade above. If you look up above there, see where the tops of the trees are all coated with web.
Oh, that's disgusting.
That's pretty awful. They probably don't like you, Mr. Curtis.
They wove that in real tight. Mm-hmm.
Also joining us here today is, of course, our young trainer in training, Corbin. Corbin, please say hello.
Hello. What's up, everybody? Good to be here at the Goldenrod Daycare. This is a nice pad. I mean, honestly, this is nicer than where I'm staying. Are the owners here? Do they have a spare bed they can lend your boy? It's really nice here. I really want to live here.
Well, maybe we can ask them when we go inside. Before we do that, I just want to explain why we're here. So the next couple of Pokemon that we're going to be talking about are all classified as baby Pokemon. A lot of these Pokemon we've already talked about their evolutions. But here in the Johto region, they have done a little bit more research on the pre-evolutions of those Pokemon. And I've also, done a lot of research and found out that the daycare center south of Goldenrod City are experts, are top of their field when it comes to the caretaking of these, baby Pokemon. So I decided, I reached out to them. I reached out to this wonderful old couple that works here and runs this place, and they are so nice, and they graciously allowed us to spend the next few lessons here talking about baby Pokemon.
Yeah.
So I want everybody to be on their best behavior. We cannot have another science museum fiasco.
Right, that's correct.
Please.
Mr. Curtis.
The old couple and myself, we go way back. We have, hot pot on Tuesdays.
Oh, nice.
And I live in the shack out back, and
Yes,
they
we talked about that.
They lock the doors at night, but it's okay. We
Have you tried to get back into the house at night?
we have a symbiotic type of relationship here,
And it's definitely not parasitic, right?
of course.
Well, let's get their opinion on it. I don't see them anywhere. Is there a bell I can ring here?
Well, hold on. I have a couple more things I want to say before we go in. First and most importantly, if you are listening to this, that means the time to send in nominations for class president are over. They're done with. No, we are no longer accepting nominations.
You're done.
Thank you so much to everybody who did nominate themselves. And starting today, all of our students have the opportunity to vote for their next class president.
That's right.
That's right. And the way to do that is to look in the description of this lesson and click on our link tree, and in there you will find a Google Forms where you can read all of the running platforms of all the nominees, and you can choose which one you want to be your class president. Now, you have until February 28th to submit your vote. After that, whoever has the most votes becomes class president.
That's simple.
Wow.
It's easy peasy. It's almost like we should have done this the first time too, instead of that horrible randomized thing that we did.
Listen, Professor, we're still figuring things out. We still don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, growing pains.
Yes.
But yes, so in conclusion, today is the last day you can, if you're listening to this, you can no longer submit nominations for class president.
But voting starts today.
But voting starts today and ends on February 28th.
3 weeks. That's all you get.
That's right.
All right. Now,
That is
Oh, yes, go ahead.
that is when the Togepi class will be held.
Okay, yes, that is yes. So
Very
when
good,
it's
Mr. Curtis. Not
so if you
Decidueye.
hear me tell Corbin and Curtis that the next Pokemon that we're going to be talking about is Togepi, that means you need to make sure you get your vote in, because that will be the last time that you can vote.
You need to skedaddle.
All right, so one last matter to attend to before we go in. I have a Gengar mail here that I would very much like to read.
All right.
I'll allow it.
Great,
I'm
thank
listening.
you.
Hey, you don't give the
What?
professor permission. Sit
I didn't give him
yourself
permission.
down.
I allowed
Sit
it.
yourself
I've
down
been
over
sat.
there. The audacity in this house
There's
of
nowhere to
genetic
sit.
purity. You come in
Okay,
here.
so I have a Gengar mail. It comes to us from a fellow professor, Professor Whittam. Whitham.
Whiteham.
I think it's Whittam. They say, "Hello, Professor Jacob, Curtis, and Corbin. I have a few things that I have to say. Number one, there is only one thing. So
Oh, okay.
Sure,
Well, that's a short list.
maybe it's more. They just didn't number them. Number one, my theory is about Mr. Curtis. My theory is about Curtis. We all know that he praises the Night Mother and that he is a being.
Praise be.
No.
And that he is a being that possesses extraordinary power.
Well, let's not give him a big head now. Let's okay.
I mean, he kind of does. He
All,
if you remember,
all
he
things
does,
are possible through the Night Mother. I mean, what I am capable of is nothing.
He's fully regrown his second pinky finger. So.
Oh yeah! Congratulations!
You see that
on
right
getting
there?
back to having 12 fingers again total.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, Whittam says, Mr. Curtis is a being that possesses extraordinary power. I believe that Mr. Curtis is not a human, and in fact, he is the Night Father.
Oh!
Whoa.
Is this true? Identify yourself.
Absolutely not. I would never presume to put myself at a tier even close to the Night Mother.
That's right. That's right. Know your place.
I am but a night child. A blind child.
Well, let's see if you can explain this next part then, Mr. Curtis. Also, I am an archaeologist, and I found a cave painting of a man barely hovering above the ground. Obese and has a spinnerack on his shoulder. Now, who does that remind you of? Your very own Mr. Curtis.
I wouldn't say Mr. Curtis is obese. He is a big boy, but
I mean, he's
pretty
thick.
tall.
Yeah.
he's
and
very thick.
I got
He's a
many
little thick.
layers. Okay, I got a couple
That is
layers
true.
of trench coat on.
Right.
It's a little chilly today.
Right.
So Whittam continues, they say, you might want to be careful, Professor. He may hurt Corbin. Well, I mean...
He has many
really.
times. Emotionally and physically.
Wait, he might hurt Corbin? Oh, no!
He has hurt me physically more, and the professor has hurt me emotionally more.
I could and would never hurt a signed student of the class. Once you sign that agreement between yourself and the Saffron Sitting Learning Center, then
it's not sitting in it. I'm not sitting in the center.
you
Then
are sitting in the center of the porch out here, Corbin.
That's true. Is that poop on the step right there?
Could be.
Nope.
Taste it.
No. Shh, bad. Put that
I'm
down,
not
Corbin.
What are you telling me to put it down? I wasn't gonna do it. I was gonna eat poop.
Then why were you bringing it to your mouth, Corbin?
I was sniffing it.
That's almost
I know
as bad.
it looks tempting, but it's not.
It's not.
For you.
I'm not a creature of the of the wild.
All right, calm down.
Okay,
Calm
please.
down. Let me finish this Gengar,
Gosh.
please. So he might hurt Corbin. Also, the painting showed a coat like the one Mr. Curtis wears. Be careful. From Professor Whittam.
There's something to it.
So a trench coat isn't a crazy a lot of people wear trench coats.
Who's going to argue about the greatness of a trench coat? I think this mysterious, handsome man with a spinnerack on his shoulder wearing a trench coat seems to know exactly how he should be dressing and what Pokemon he should associate with.
Now,
I don't know.
Also, I do need to ask this. Now, Mr. Curtis, I do know, obviously, you've been working on your artistic talents, right?
Yes.
You've been doodling the Pokemon. You haven't been going into caves and maybe, I don't know, painting likenesses of yourself.
Yeah, like trying to create your own cult for people to worship you. Huh?
Oh no, I strictly stick to the pen and the paper.
Okay, he is shoving a paintbrush into his back pocket
What is that?
right now.
What is that?
I can see him trying to hide it.
What is that?
No, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Oh.
What is this? Look at this.
Okay.
I'm so disappointed in you.
Look at that. This is a brush right here. This is what he's been using. He has been trying to start his own cult. He's trying to usurp the Night Mother.
No.
Heresy, Mr. Curtis.
I thought I would expand upon my artistic abilities and try a different medium, okay?
No, you're trying to build lore for the kids. Huh?
Caves are his canvas.
Right.
Listen,
That's
you
right.
can't spell canvas without also spelling cave and then adding a couple letters.
And,
right, exactly.
And missing the E. But yes.
You have to add a letter.
You can't spell cave without cav, and that's also in canvas.
Yeah,
That's
so
right.
I'm pretty sure we proved our point.
That's right.
If you
apologize for the confusion class. I had, if you've seen my doodles, you've seen I've totally mastered the art of pen on paper. So I thought, well, what would be the logical next step? Paint on cave.
Paper on cave. Oh.
Paint on cave.
Paint on cave.
Paint on cave.
Hey, but you know what? Paper on cave may be good too. Maybe we should start doing some paper mache in that cave.
Ooh, paper mache. That could be a fun project.
Paper on cave.
Can we do watercolor in the cave next?
Well,
maybe chalk in the cave.
Maybe chalk in the cave. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Curtis, does Widom get a gold star?
I'm tempted to say not for because they aired my dirty laundry like that, but I have to go and say yes. That's right.
How do you have dirty laundry? I thought you didn't change. Or at least you smell like you don't.
Oh wow. Okay, Corbin. I'll have you know, my spinnerax clean my trench coats daily. Okay.
Well, you know what they say, Corbin. He who smelt it dealt it. So.
Well, maybe you should be the one taking a shower.
When you're pointing fingers, you got 3 fingers pointing back at you. All right,
Corbin.
Corbin.
Oh, look at that. See that count?
Or if you're Mr. Curtis, you got 5 pointing back at you.
All right. Okay. Guys, listen. We need to be very nice to this wonderful elderly couple because they're being so gracious and letting us use what is essentially their home for a little bit. Now, we talked about it last week. Does anybody know what Pokemon we're talking about this week?
It's a little one.
I've already given you several hints. It's a baby Pokemon. We've talked about its evolution. I feel like from there you might be able to get it, and also hopefully your memory from last week.
Is it a much? Oh, Corbin and I. It must be Munchlax then, because Corbin and I went straight for the same.
Oh my god!
It's gotta be. It's destiny.
It's destiny.
Lesson number 172, when finally Mr. Curtis stopped guessing Decidueye to start with. Oh my god, it's the end of an era. Everybody. Maybe it's a different setting that threw him off, but
it's a whole new world.
Yes,
was it Munchlax
with a brand new attitude, all right? But we still have to read all these Pokedex entries. So no, it's not Munchlax.
It's darn.
Was it Decidueye?
No.
There he is. Welcome back.
Portia plays sad trombone music here, I think.
Is it Pichu?
Well, it's not Pichu, but it is Pichu.
That's why I said Pichu.
You definitely said Pichu.
Well, you don't listen.
I heard Pichu.
Yeah, and it's not Achu.
What's up?
It's
it's not Achu.
It's not a sneeze.
I was hoping at least one person would be like, bless you.
Bless you, Professor.
Thank you, Professor. That was a bump set, but it missed the spike, unfortunately.
That's okay. Yeah, I don't know basketball, so.
Okay, so anyways, we are learning about Pichu today. Let me go ahead, and they have told me that they've prepared a room where they have all of their...
Can I knock? Can I do the honors?
Yes, but before you, I just want to let you know, they prepared a room, has a bunch of little Pichus in it, and that's where we're going to hold class today, all right?
Okay,
I'm so
sweet.
excited.
Sounds good.
Okay,
I'm so excited.
All right, can I knock?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Hello. Yes.
Hi, thank you.
Come on in.
Oh my goodness! Look at them all. They're running around like crazy.
What?
No, we're going into the foyer, Mr. Curtis.
I don't know what you're seeing. There's no Pokemon here.
What are you on about, Mr. Curtis?
So I'm so sorry about him. Yes, I'm Professor Jacob. We talked on the phone.
Oh yes, I remember. Nice to meet you all. We know this fella here.
Yes, and of course, yeah, I know. Yeah, you do know Mr. Curtis.
Oh yes, we know about him too. Well,
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that he that the way he is. I don't know how he. I appreciate you taking him in during this time.
Oh,
yeah, that was a real a charitable service.
They love me here, right?
They all flinched back a little bit.
I don't know.
What are you doing to them, Mr. Curtis?
We're having such a great time. You know, when we cook up those hot pots on Tuesdays.
Excuse me, let me introduce hi, Corbin. Nice to meet you, trainer in training.
Look at this little man.
well, look at those darn cheeks, Sonny.
Oh, you like my rosy cheeks? Thank you. That's
Wow.
so kind.
What about your behind?
I said that's so kind.
Your part, Mr.
Yeah, I said
Mime?
that's no. I said that's so kind. She has a hard problem listening.
Getting old sucks.
She does have a hard problem listening sometimes.
Yeah, she does have a hard problem
She's a
listening.
little bit hard of hearing, I think.
sorry, what?
Okay, well, she heard that.
Relax,
Sorry, I didn't mean to insult you. I'm not trying to insult you.
It's okay, Eleanor. Calm down. Calm down. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I know we're having a wonderful conversation here, Mrs. Rigby, but we should, if you could lead us to the room that has the Pichus, that we need to get this class rolling.
Oh yes, the Pichus, right this way.
Let's
Yes,
go.
please. I want to see this. I want to see this.
Okay, all right. Great. Thank you. Okay.
Where are they?
Well, follow Corbin. Follow her.
I'm walking right behind her.
Oh, okay. Mr. Curtis, catch up. You have the recording device.
I'm coming.
Professor.
Yes.
She kind of smells. This Eleanor lady, she kind of smells like venom mothballs.
Please.
Step on it.
She does a little bit. What do Venomoth balls even do? I put them like in all my clothes and stuff, but Venomoths eat all of it. I don't. It's almost like it attracts them.
Well, if you've got a problem, I can put some webs up. We'll keep the venomoths out of your clothes. That's not a problem.
Keep your web to yourself, bud.
Here we are.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Mrs. Rigby. Yeah, we can take it from here. Again, thank you so much for letting us use your facility.
Happy to oblige, Professor.
Yes, thank you, and
All
thank
right.
you too, Harold.
Yes,
See you
Bye.
tonight.
Not to make a mess.
Oh, what a lovely couple. She does stink though.
So okay, ooh, be careful. Yeah, there's a lot of little Pichus around here. So
Oh my goodness. Oh my god. There's like 1, 2. I can't keep track. There's so
oh my
many
god,
of them.
they're jumping on Corbin. they're swarming him.
Okay, all right.
Corbin,
Come on.
I need you to be
Get off of there.
calm. I need you to be calm.
Get off of there.
I've never been this happy. I've never been this happy. It's the first time.
Something we'll learn going forward is that Pichus have a little bit of difficulty controlling their electricity. So if you startle them, or if you tickle them like you're doing right now, they might cause it. Oh, yeah, there it is. There's the shock.
Settle down.
Okay.
Settle down.
Yes.
Are so cute. I'm gonna pick you up. Oh my goodness. Does this one have a name? Do you have a name? No?
I think they do. Well, I think these are these belong to some aspiring breeder. So I do think they all have names.
Oh, this one actually does have a name now that I'm seeing it. It has a little scarf on it. Hold on, there's a tag on the back that says Lynn. Okay.
Lynn. That is a great name for a Pichu.
Lynn is a great name for a Pichu. Actually, now that I think about it, you know what? This Pichu might belong to one of our patrons named Lynn, now that I'm thinking about it.
Oh, so wait.
We do have a patron named Lynn that's spelled the exact same way. So, Lynn, if this is your Pichu, they're doing fine. They're doing okay.
That's right.
What would be the odds that we found a Pichu that belongs to one of our patrons?
Guys, we just have so many now. It's not that unlikely. Listen,
true.
when you have millions of listeners and students tuning in every week, it's kind of
Not true.
you're gonna run into some of them, or you're gonna run into some other Pokemon. That's all you know.
I wish it was thousands. Anyways, so Lynn is a great name for Pichu. Corbin, could you please do the honors of describing Pichu for all of our virtual students?
Since you asked so nicely. So Pichu looks very, very similar to Pikachu, except it's not quite as stout. It's very, very small, and its head's kind of bigger than its body. So with this guy, his ears are also really, really big, and they have like a black kind of outline for most of them. And it also looks like it has a little black scarf and with like right at the top of the torso, and they have their little baby hands, their little baby feet.
I've always
and their
kind of
tail's not
thought
quite as
that.
long.
Oh, sorry. I've always kind of thought that like the black on their like upper torso, like connecting to their neck, I've always thought it kind of looked like a collar.
It does look like a collar.
They're
Like,
like,
like
they're
they're wearing
got
a
like
collared
a little,
shirt.
like a little tie, like a little gentle Pokemon.
They're dressed up in their little business suit.
And their little business suit. Then their little tail's really tiny, and it's all black too. They're the little baby tails.
Aw.
You're so cute, Lynn. I just want to take you home.
Now again, I should stress: be careful, because a lot of times Pichus cannot handle or control their electricity.
Yeah.
So-
Wait a minute, hold on.
See?
So this Pichu's name is Lynn, and also the student's name is Lynn. Wow, naming your Pokemon after yourself.
I mean, Corbin, so we don't know that this belongs to the patron.
I mean, it could.
It
I mean,
could.
I would name a
Well-
Pokemon after me.
I mean, sure, but there must be plenty of Lins out there. Listen, how
Might
about
be
this?
one or two.
In our minds, we are naming this Pichu after Lin, our patron.
But its name also says Lynn on there, so it's kind of destiny.
I guess, yeah.
All I know is that it looks like they're getting ready. They're getting a little excited there, Corbin. So you better put them down.
Sorry. All right. Sorry.
Yes, all right, so there aren't any chairs or there looks like there's like a little like baby Pokemon beds in the corner. So maybe grab one or two of those and sit on those.
Oh, okay.
That's-
I can go sit on the bed. Sure. Yeah, I'm happy
it's
to do
time
that.
to start talking about some of these Pokedex entries. Are we all ready? Are we all excited?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm
ready. This
I'm
is a
ready,
nice,
Professor.
nice bed.
The air is electrified with
Ow!
enthusiasm.
Ooh,
I can
jeez!
feel- Oh wait, no,
Ow!
that was real
Gosh,
electricity
I-
that's electrified with. Oh, sorry.
I just accidentally sat down on one that was on the bed here, and it gave me a little shock.
Is it okay? Is it okay?
It's
Corbin,
fine,
I need you to check on that Pichu.
I didn't put my full weight on it.
Are these
It's fine.
ducklet feathers in this pillow? I mean, this is nice.
Okay, Corbin's out of commission. Well, hopefully it's okay. We'll have to take
It's
Mr. Curtis'
fine.
word
Look
for
at it. Look at it. It's walking away right now. See?
It's limping.
No, it's not.
Mr. Curtis, is this the first time that you've injured a Pokemon here at this daycare center?
I would never. I would never.
Seems like you did. It's like never is now. Okay, let me read these Pokedex entries, please. I know that's why I know that's why all the students tune in.
Yes.
Let's start off in the Johto region. The first entry here says, "It is not yet skilled at storing electricity. It may send out a jolt if amused or startled." I mean, we saw this firsthand.
And we saw that firsthand.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, there's no better teacher than experience. Am I right? So, like, I could tell things to Corbin all day, but he's not going to learn until he does it himself.
What'd you say?
I mean, case in point. And also,
that
look
is
back
so
on
nice.
all of the quizzes that we've had. The next entry here says, "Despite its small size, it can zap even adult humans. However, if it does so, it also surprises itself." It's like when Mr. Curtis burps himself awake.
Yeah, it happens
I've seen him do that.
like that.
Were you asleep?
you were asleep.
No,
You
I
would
was
be
just,
if you were laying on this bed. My goodness, it is comfy.
I was just getting comfortable on this pokey bed I was sitting on, but
oh yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, don't think that you're immune to its zaps because of its small size. It can still zap you. I know that we saw that in action. I just want to make sure because like they are pretty small, right? They're like they're like a foot tall, I guess. It's still pretty small.
You wouldn't think they could do much damage, but in the right setting.
Yeah. The next entry and the last entry for the Johto region says, "It is unskilled at storing electrical power. Any kind of shock causes it to discharge energy spontaneously."
Oh, what?
So I don't know if like the word shock in this instance is like surprise or like an actual electrical shock.
I think electrical. Boogie woogie.
I think it might, because the last entry says that, or the first entry says that it'll send out a jolt if it's amused or startled.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, a shock like a boo. Oh geez, they're all shocking us now.
Hey, Stop it!
Jeez. Okay. Okay. They're shocking themselves too now. It's a cascade.
Hey!
Everybody, okay, we need to calm down.
I'm trying to relax in the bed, and you guys are frightening me.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you, Pichus. I'll be careful going forward. All right, moving on to the Hoenn region. The first entry says, Pichu charges itself with electricity more easily on days with thunderclouds, or when the air is very dry. You can hear the crackling of static electricity coming off this Pokemon.
Yeah, that makes sense,
The next entry here from the Hoenn region says, when Pichu plays with others, it may short out electricity with another Pichu, creating a shower of sparks. In that event, this Pokemon will begin crying, startled by the flash of sparks.
So it scares easily.
Yeah, well, it's a baby.
Yeah,
and it gets scared of its own sparkies.
Yeah. It doesn't understand what kind of power it has.
Listen, all you Pichus, if you need somebody to tell you not to be a
so cute. They're all looking at him.
I gotcha. Okay, if you guys need somebody to take the lead and show you how to be tough, I'm your boy.
Yeah, you are. Sure.
Why they all just turn around?
Sure.
Okay.
They're hiding their laughter. It looks like we can see them all chuckling.
Try not to laugh.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, if you want to see, if you are an artist and you want to see a drawing of Corbin teaching
commanding
full class,
a room full of Pichus,
do it. Make it happen,
please.
No,
I need fans.
I want to beg for fan art, but that would be really cute.
I will. I need some validation, guys. Please give me something.
He needs something, anything.
I need a break.
Yeah, he's gonna start crying again.
Yeah, I need to pick me up, or I'll start crying. Yeah,
I've got some candy in my pocket.
I don't trust any.
Jerky.
I don't want any.
You want some jerky?
I don't want any jerky or web covered nothing.
Are you still want some jerky?
I'd like to continue. I'd like to continue.
I'd like to continue.
Lozenge. He's got a handful of jerky.
I'd like to continue.
Okay, all right. The next entry here in the Hoenn region says, it is still inept at retaining electricity. When it is startled, it discharges power accidentally. It gets better at holding its power as it grows older. And then evolves into a Pikachu.
Okay.
That's right. And then boom.
There you go.
Well, no boom, because there's no...
No, I meant boom as in like, ta-da, it's a Pikachu.
Okay. All right, let's move on to the Sinnoh region. There's 3 entries here this time, so this is a popular Pokemon. I mean, Pikachu was a very popular Pokemon too, so I guess it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
The electric pouches on its cheek are still small. They cannot store much electricity yet.
Not too much.
Which I guess explains why they have such difficulty controlling it.
Yeah, it just keeps they have all these little outbursts.
I mean, I wonder how much, or how quickly they fill up their cheek pouches.
The cheek sacs? I don't know.
Probably
pretty quickly. How much you got anything in there? Like 5 tablespoons worth of electricity?
I don't think that's how it works, Corbin.
No? Okay.
It's like cups.
Oh,
yeah, it's
a whole
like
cup
cups,
in there.
It's like a cup of electricity.
I don't know.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Well, do you remember how Pikachu, like when they were holding a lot of electricity, their cheek pouches got really like springy and soft and stuff?
I do remember this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, sorry. The next entry here in the Sinnoh region says it plays with others by touching tails and setting off sparks. This appears to be a test of courage. So they're still terrified of the shocks that they produce, but they're like, oh, I'm tough. I'm a big tough guy.
I'm a big toughy wuffy.
That is adorable, by the way.
I love it.
Everything about, I think we're going to be saying that a lot in these next couple lessons. All these next few Pokemon are very, very adorable.
I love, honestly, I'm already in love with these baby Pokemon.
They're cute. I mean, I could bring a couple like hatchling Spinarax if you want.
That's okay. We've seen enough. I think
you have, and they're gross.
Yeah, they'd be cool if they died.
They're gross.
Don't say that.
Listen, Mr. Curtis, your Spinarax have a lot of great qualities. Cuteness is not one of them. They are not cute in any way.
Nope, they're not. They're disgusting and they're ugly and they're a vile, plague to humanity. Sorry.
I wouldn't go as far as what Corbin's saying, but
I would. I said it.
Yeah, I know. You did say it, so we know that you would go far. That far.
I'll die by that.
Okay, the next entry in the Sinnoh region says, electric sacs in its cheeks are small. If even a little electricity leaks, it becomes shocked. I believe that's a double entendre.
Whoa!
Actually, I don't think it's a double entendre. I think it's just they become surprised because I think they're
shocked. But they're also shocked because they're leaking electricity.
Yeah, I guess so. They have... I was going to say, I think that they're immune to shocking or getting hurt from their shocks, but I do think that they can still damage themselves by shocking.
Probably.
Okay, that does it for the Sinnoh region, and Unova copies the last entry that we read in the Sinnoh region, so I'm not going to read it again. Kalos repeats what we've seen already as well. Let's move on to the Alola region. It is not yet skilled at controlling electricity. If you take your eyes off it, it may shock itself. I don't know why you taking your eyes off of it is gonna.
Because you have to tell it not to.
It's like you just stare at it and you're like,
if you have to be there to monitor its energy output, because if it goes too much,
if you keep it calm,
or too much energy output, it'll shock itself.
Give it a little bit of an
Everyone chill. Look, see, all the Pichu in the room are kind of chilling out a little bit.
Achoo!
Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? You shocked the whole room.
I'm sorry. What, you want me to just swallow the sneeze? That's bad for you.
Yeah, I want you to swallow the sneeze. We're all trying to have a good time, trying to get all oomed and stuff.
God, that's
messing up the ooh.
Okay, all right. Calm down. Just take a couple shots. It's fine.
It hurts.
Okay, it's fine.
It hurts so bad.
Oh God, they're laughing at us now. Jeez.
Don't encourage them.
They think we're cowards.
No, you are.
Stop.
Whoa!
Stop
How dare you
pointing
say that about the professor?
No, he's pointing at Lynn.
No, not Lynn. You, Professor.
No, don't
what?
you say that about the professor. You better watch it, Corbin.
Just
listen.
Don't sneeze again.
You can't be brave without also being a coward. So
honestly, that's a good T-shirt with a Pichu on it.
It also makes absolutely no sense. So
hey,
I don't know about that. I just know the professor's the bravest out of all of us.
Oh wait, you can't be brave without being afraid. That's the and that's like a Pichu kind of like, like hands on its hips or something.
Put it on a T-shirt. I like that.
Okay, the next entry from the Alola region says, despite this Pokemon's cute appearance, those who want to live with one should prepare to be on the receiving end of its electric jolts.
Yeah, prepare to get shocked.
I mean, they really
drop. It
they
ain't
really
never
aren't.
gonna stop.
Are you done? Are you done with that?
I wasn't rhyming. I was just simply.
I mean, you were rhyming.
Not on purpose. That was an accident. I didn't even realize till after you guys looked at me funny.
Not allowed. Put it away.
I didn't nothing to put away. Just, All right, I'll just continue laying down in bed. Sorry.
Okay. All right, he's back asleep. All right. The next entry says, it still can't use electricity well. When it is surprised or excited, it discharges electricity unintentionally. And then the last entry from the Alola region says, it has electric sacs in its cheeks. Huh. When they are fully charged, Pichu plays very energetically. So it affects its mood and its play habits is by how much electricity it has. All right. Okay, so that does it for the Alola region. Let me just double check here. Yeah, Galar repeats what we've already seen. And I believe Paldea repeats as well. Now, I think we have an entry here from the Lentil region. Yes. Thank you, Professor Mirror. It says Pichu may be small, but it can still give foes quite a shock. It's not very good at storing electricity, though, so it sticks close to bigger Pokemon for safety.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like a Pikachu. It wants to be with other Pokemon of its kind, I bet, right?
And then they can charge each other's electricity pouches by rubbing faces.
Oh, yeah, that's cute. That's a cute idea.
Well, yeah, but they don't really want to, I mean, I don't think they want to, increase their electricity, right?
Well, I mean, maybe you're right, because the sacs do fill up pretty quickly, right?
They can, but they can help teach the Pikachus and the Raichus can help the Pichus learn how to, store more electricity and to manage it correctly.
Oh, okay.
Maybe not store more electricity, but definitely they could probably teach them some tricks on how to...
like a big brother sort of thing.
Yeah. Oh my god, that would be so adorable.
Yes.
All right, so we have some unique entries. The first one comes to us from Ash's Pokedex. It says, Pichu, the tiny mouse Pokemon, a pre-evolved form of Pikachu. Despite their size, Pichu release bursts of electricity that can shock even humans. However, Pichu are unskilled at controlling their electricity and sometimes release it by accident when surprised or when laughing and shock themselves.
Man, really just not good control, guys.
Yeah, but they're babies. They're little babies.
They're baby. It's fine. It's fine. It's cute. It's part of the process, part of it growing. Sometimes I can't control my emotions either.
Dude, tell me about it.
Well, you're a grown man. You should be able to.
Whoa, hey, you watch that tone.
Yeah, but I've been where you are, Corbin. You know, just a young 10-year-old boy eagerly sitting in a Pokemon biology lesson, having
trying to learn about the world and his loves and what makes him feel alive.
Having to deal with emotions that I've never experienced before, and being a 10-year-old for years and years on end.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you've been 10
I've
years
been there.
old for
We've all been there, Corbin.
It's like a rite of passage.
Yeah.
Okay. Who hasn't been 10 for 10 years?
Yeah.
I mean, come on now.
Wait, really? You guys were also 10 for this long?
Well, I don't know that long.
As long as you have.
Oh, okay. Well, reigning champ of being 10. Am I right?
Scoreboard. All right. The next unique Pokedex entry comes to us from Serena's Pokedex. It says, Pichu, the tiny mouse Pokemon. The electric sacs on Pikachu are... I did it again. I was doing so well. The electric sacs on Pichu's cheeks are small. If it tries to store more electricity than they can hold, Pichu will shock itself.
Yes.
We know this. Now,
this.
I have one more unique Pokedex entry. It comes to us from Professor Neroli.
Oh, Rigatoni. That's right.
Stromboli.
It's been a little while, but yes, you guys seem to all remember that Professor Neroli. Well, do you remember what Professor Neroli's research was on?
Sleep, I believe, right?
Yes, very good, Corbin.
Taking pictures.
You know what? Maybe he does pay attention. Professor Mirror is taking pictures.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Neroli is the sleep scientist. So this entry says, if you listen carefully while it's sleeping, you can hear the crackle of static electricity. Apparently, it sometimes discharges energy in its sleep, maybe because it's not yet skilled at storing electricity. Great stuff, Neroli.
Really, yeah, we know that. Come on, bud.
Really good theories here. If only there was some way to prove it. All right, well, that's all of the entries on Pichu. Before we move on to the testing portion, my favorite portion, as we all know, I do have a short essay here to read, sent in by one of our virtual students.
Hey!
Yes, this one comes to us from Parker. So
Parker!
Thank you so much,
What's up,
Parker.
man?
Okay.
They say, hello, Professor Jacob. Cobrin.
Who?
And they say, LOL, teasing ya, I know it's Corbin.
Oh, good one.
And Mr. Curtis. I'm here with some info on Pichu, and I have a suggestion for testing the knowledge of the lesson.
All right.
We'll see if that. We'll see how that goes. To start the suggestion, I think it would be an awesome idea for the end of some lessons to do a Pokemon battle, seeing as Corbin is going to be a trainer someday, and give him some real life experience in the lovely world of Pokemon. Well, we'll have to see. It's hard to. One, I don't trust Corbin at all. So I definitely do not want him to have a Pokemon. Also, I have to think about the other students. I'm not sure how much value they would get. Since this is a purely audio lesson course, I'm not sure how much value they would get from hearing a Pokemon battle in action.
That's true.
Now, let me say, I love paperwork, but the paperwork involved in getting Corbin a temporary trainer's license so he can practice battling every lesson would be,
I think it should be done,
prohibitory to my normal duties, okay?
Let me fight.
Nobody else is gonna go and scrub the classroom top to bottom with the toothbrush every time, okay?
Okay,
so
how about this? Here's an alternate suggestion. Corbin has to himself fight the Pokemon that we're learning about.
Oh, good idea.
So today Corbin's gonna fist fight a Pichu.
Wait, no, I don't want to do that.
Right.
He was kidding, guys. He was kidding.
All right, good.
All right,
Alrighty,
here they
there's,
go.
Oh, there's the bell.
He was kidding.
They're swarming you, Corbin.
He was kidding. He was kidding.
Start throwing some punches. Come on.
Everyone, no, everyone. He was kidding. Everyone, settle down.
All right. Anyways, Parker goes on to say, now for my essay. Pichu is basically a cute, not as cute as Spinarak or Politoed.
Am I right?
So Pichu is basically a cute Pikachu. Just it's not quite as strong. Oh, did I mention that it is in fact the pre-evolved Pikachu? Pichu is an electric type. Typing system sucks. Egg groups is better. Thank you. That should go on a t-shirt.
Kissing up to the professor.
And is weak to ground type. It is not skilled. By the way, I just want to say, I didn't interject that typing system sucks. Egg groups is better. That was something that Parker did right. I know it kind of sounds like I interrupted their essay to be like, typing sucks. But no, that was part of the essay. Anyways, so Pichu is an electric type and is weak to ground type. It's also not skilled at storing electric power. Any kind of shock will cause it to discharge energy spontaneously. Anywho, last thing I have to say is that Corbin should have Zinc, the Jolteon. Bye!
I agree. Here.
Bye!
And then it says Parker, Goldenrod City, 654 Fishing Rod Street. So go ahead and visit their house.
All right, go ahead and dox them.
Yeah.
Professor, you're not supposed to give out people's addresses on.
He gave it out himself.
Class.
Listen, Professor has to read everything it's sent, and he just read his address.
That's okay, yeah. And I'm sure if Portia has all of the regulations for these recordings, so if she says she deems that it's not allowed, she can bleep it out or something. I don't know what she does in her little corner in the Saffron City Learning Center.
I don't know how she works.
I have not read the Portia manual, so I don't really know how she works.
Manual?
Right.
That is a valuable member of the team.
That comes with a manual. What do you want from me?
You can't manage her.
Anyways, thank you so much, Parker, for your wonderful essay. You will, of course, be getting extra credit, and I'm going to toss it over to Mr. Curtis to determine if you get a gold star.
Well, of course they get a gold star. They said Spinarak was much cuter than Pichu, which is the truth.
Right.
Thank you.
All right, gold star awarded. Thank you so much, Parker. And please, if you would like to send in an essay, do so, but make sure you do it 4 to 5 weeks in advance. These lessons get planned very, very early.
They do.
All right, so now it's time for everybody to put away their Pokedex entries, or their Pokedexes, because
I'm gonna pull at the Rotom laptop, gonna take the
and you can pull the Rotom laptop if you want. But today we are doing an instructional video.
Oh, we gotta work together. How's that gonna work? We don't have a camera here.
I mean, yeah. What do you mean? There's you do not see the little pull down screen, and then there's like a projector in the ceiling. Do you not see that, Corbin?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you planned this ahead of time, didn't you?
Well, I mean, it was just here. I mean, they just had it. They like
Eleanor
to show
and Harold have been very accommodating.
Oh, it seems like it.
The Pichus love to watch movies. All right, so they have this.
I have heard that
for the Pichus. We're going to utilize it today. So let me remind you for the rubric for an instructional video. So 1, you must include information we learned in class, and 2, you must demonstrate an understanding of its unique attributes and abilities. So those 2 are always the same. 3, the presentation must be at minimum 5 minutes long and focus primarily on the topic assigned, which I'm about to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
And 4, the final point is determined by your partner by answering the question, how would you rate your partner's participation in this project? So make sure you, pull your weight, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, I always carry my weight.
It's a lot to carry.
All right, so here is the topic. How to prevent your Pichu from shocking itself, and how to mitigate the damage from electrical accidents. All right. So yep, take all the time you need. If you guys, I guess I'll go out into the hallway if you guys want to stay in here.
Yeah, switch it up a little bit. We stay here.
Yeah. So I'll.
Are you sure, Professor? I don't want to put.
I mean,
if
you want to include some of the Pichus in your video, I guess you'd be better for
that might be a good idea. Yeah.
I'm full of them. All right, and now I'm walking out the door. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Are you hungry, young man?
Ooh, cookies and milk for me. Thank you, Miss Eleanor.
Leave some for me.
I can't hear what he's saying in there. Is he talking to me?
I said leave some for me.
I'm going munch on cookies.
It's okay. I'll make you some more cookies, Corbin, later.
Okay, thanks. They better have webs in them.
Okay, fine. But they add so much to the texture.
Oh, Professor, we're done.
Professor, come on in.
Yes,
come on in.
Yes, come in.
Professor, okay, Corbin. Shh.
Why you telling me to shush?
Don't startle the Pichus. If you get them worked up, they'll start shocking.
Sorry.
We talked about this.
Guys, I'm so sorry. Mrs. Rigby gave me some cookies. Well, she made them for us. I did.
Did you eat them all?
I did eat them all.
That's okay, Professor.
You took so long to make this presentation.
Come on, you know how much I love cookies.
Professor, I would rather you eat them all than me have any.
I don't even want to play this now. I don't even want to play this instructional video because I'm
all right,
so upset with you.
So you're taking a 0 then, and because of that, Mr. Curtis is also getting a 0.
No.
Fine.
I'll play it.
All right, everyone shut up. Mr. Curtis, put it in.
Okay, it's going in. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another instructional video with little Corbin here. Woo-woo.
And Mr. Curtis. That's Mr. to you.
And featuring all these amazing Pichu.
Look at them all. Oh, Corbin, keep your voice down. We don't want these
don't want to
little
startle
guys.
them too much.
We don't want to get them too excited, because you know what happens.
Let's dive in a little bit, guys. Today's tutorial video is going to be how to prevent your Pichu from shocking itself and mitigate the damage in case it does. All right, let's dive in. Mr. Curtis, tell me about step 1.
First of all, protect yourself. Get yourself some Pichu PPE. Okay, that's personal protective equipment.
Well, like what?
That's like some rubber gloves, a rubber vest to reduce shockability. Okay, Pichus, they don't have quite the best control over their shockability bits
That's
yet.
right.
So, you want to make sure that you're protecting yourself as you help them to keep themselves under control.
Yeah, no metal-toed boots, please.
That's right. Corbin, what's something else we can get to help with the Pichus?
I gotcha. So for step 2, I'm thinking maybe it's a good idea to keep some batteries on standby because, like Curtis said, Pichu aren't exactly good at controlling themselves, and they will occasionally discharge some electricity. So when they discharge and they, hold more electricity than they can handle, well, guess what? That electricity's gotta go somewhere, and you don't want it to go on you or your valuables in the vicinity.
Right.
So guess what? It's gonna go into a battery. You get 2 for 1. You get to, help mitigate and alleviate some of the Pichu's stress of electricity, and you get to power a battery you can use for later. I mean, it really is a win-win, guys.
Win-win.
Win-win. Step 3, Mr. Curtis, let me hear it.
All right, the next win-win is to make sure that you're setting the Pichu up for success by keeping it in a safe environment.
Define safe.
Lots of rubber, okay, if you're inside or if it's, maybe outside away from your house to keep your house from getting shocked. But, if it's inside, you want to make sure that it's got lots of rubber.
Now, if I'm outside, should I go in there where there are trees or something? What if it's sunny outside? I might want to kind of go where there's some shade underneath a bunch of trees. Right, Mr. Curtis?
Well, if you do go outside, you want to make sure that you're limiting your playtime outside to clear days.
Well, that sounds like step 4 to me.
That is step 4. That's right. You want to make sure that you're keeping them away from thunderstorms because that makes them add up too much electricity.
Yeah, we can't have too much electricity in the air. It's going to be zip zappity beam bop pappity. We can't have that.
Whoa, can't have that. What's step number 5, Corbin?
Oh, just you wait. So step 5 is very, very key, and it's very, very critical, and arguably the most important step. So listen closely. No matter where you are, whether it's inside or outside, you should have no other Pichu around when you're training your Pichu. I'm gonna say that again. No other Pichu around. When you get a bunch
Why
of
is that, Corbin?
Well, I'll tell you if you Mr. Curtis, shut up for a second.
Sorry.
All the Pichu will start feeding off all each other with the electricity, and then they start getting scared and startled, so they start sparking up a storm. There's sparkle showers, then they start crying. It is a mess of surge of emotions and electricity in it. You do not want to be in the middle of that, and it's not a good way to properly train your Pichu.
Wow, yes, that's a good idea. And what else shouldn't you do? What's step number 6?
Well, let me get right into step number 6 as we're talking about it. So try not to amuse or startle your Pichu. It's kind of piggybacking off of what I said in step 5. When you have a lot of Pichu around, they get startled when there's a lot of people or Pokemon of their kind around. So what you want to do is try not to amuse it or startle it. So don't crack any jokes. No peekaboos. I know peekaboos are for babies.
No peekaboos?
No peekaboos, Mr. Curtis. I know that's your favorite. I know. We've talked about this. I know it's your favorite, but no peekaboos for the Pichus. You understand? No peekaboos for Pichus. Put that on a t-shirt. Because Pichu is a baby, and sometimes even, if the peekaboo's a little intense, it could startle it, and you're going to get some shocks. So guys, try not to amuse it or startle it. All right, Mr. Curtis, please. I feel like I'm getting all the details, but I'm missing a couple things. Help me out, please.
Yes, step number 7. If your Pichus, listen, Pichus, they like to play, okay? So if they're gonna play, have your Pichus play with Pikachus or Raichus or other electric types that can help Pichus master their control of electricity.
Like a Pichu?
No, not other Pichus.
Gotcha.
That was
step
number 5.
Yeah.
No, that's right. I said other Pikachus or Raichus.
Yes.
Or other electric types. That way they can help them control, divert, absorb electricity. Mentorship is key to success. Just like my mentorship of you, Corbin. All right, you want to make sure that you're providing a good
I wouldn't
mentor.
say you're my. Hold on. I wouldn't say you're my mentor, Mr. Curtis. I would say you're more of like a rough colleague, an acquaintance, if you will.
I mean, what more could I be than a mentor to you?
Well,
but anyway,
mentor of what not to do.
Finally, from a mentor to a mentee, Corbin, what's step number 8?
All right, so step 8, and finally, in the event that your Pichu does actually shock someone or shock the area or just get startled, you don't want your Pichu to be down and hard on itself and be upset. You don't want it to be scared. You don't want it to be upset and beat itself up if it's still learning. So inevitably, you need to keep tissues on hand because Pichu, they're babies, and babies cry a lot. It is almost inevitable that at some point during this training process, your Pichu will cry. So please keep tissues on deck because you're going to need them, I promise.
And you're going to want to use those tissues to comfort and calm them. Keep them calm.
And once it's calm, give it a big old hug.
That's right. Keep the electrical outbursts out to a minimum. Okay.
That's right. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to another tutorial by the amazing Mr. Corbin and trainer in training Curtis. So thank you all
so
much for being here. Tune in the next time. Hit the subscribe button. Hit smash. Donate on Patreon.
Like, follow, ding the bell.
Follow, comment, like, subscribe, donate. Love you. Mwah. Bye-bye.
See ya.
All right, Professor, what did you think of that one? That was pretty good, right?
Pretty good. I don't want it to slip. I think it slipped underneath Mr. Curtis's nose, but you did say that you were Mr. Corbin and he was trainer in training Curtis.
No, that was correct. That's
a misnomer there.
He missed it in the final cut, but I slipped it in there.
Yeah. Okay, you guys included a lot of really good information. I liked the addition of using a battery to absorb some extra electricity. And you guys also mentioned to play with them outside on clear days and not during thunderstorms. Very good.
Correct.
Yes,
correct.
very important. Very important.
Yes.
Now, so you did say no other Pichus. Can you expand on that just real quick for me?
Well, if there's a lot of Pichu, sorry, Professor. This whole thing has got me really choked up. I'm sorry. When it's around Pichus, because they can't control their energy, they'll start shorting out on each other.
Okay.
And and when they short out, they get startled, and when they get startled,
showers
there's shocks,
of sparks.
and there's too many showers of sparks. They start crying, and then that's when the tissues come into play.
I guess that's good. They also like to play games that involve shocking each other.
Right, and see that's why we said Pichus like to play.
Yes.
So instead of having them play with other Pichus, have them play with a Pikachu or a Raichu or another electric type that can help them, control that outburst of electricity. If you get a bunch of Pichus together playing with each other, then, they're going to start zapping each other, and they don't really know what to do with that extra electricity, right?
Right.
That's when it helps to have that older mentor Pokemon there,
So for the purposes of this instructional video, you guys are completely right. Not allowing it to play with other Pichus is definitely a way to prevent it from shocking itself and mitigating electrical damage. However, I don't feel comfortable saying that that's something that you should do with your Pichu. I think you should let it play with other Pichus.
Sometimes, but for training sessions, have it alone.
I'm not gonna dock any points from you guys from that though.
Good,
because you followed the prompt, so that's the best you can do. So I'm gonna you guys get full marks for the first and second bullet point. Good job.
Great.
And you guys stayed on topic, and you had you were over 5 minutes. You were at 6 minutes and 37 seconds, although the last 30 seconds or so was just you asking the viewer to I think it was ding the bell is what you said. I don't know what that means.
People say that on some of those some of the websites.
What are those? What are those websites called?
YouTube. That's the main one.
Yeah. That's
prefer
the one
Mewtwo. Actually,
you like Mewtwo better? I don't like.
Yeah,
Mewtwo.
I go to Mewtwo.
I like Mewtwo, honestly.
Yeah, I mean it is the original, I guess. Okay.
It is.
So now I have to ask you guys to rate your partner here. So Corbin, I would like you to leave the room.
Oh, okay. Do I just plug my ears? I don't want to leave.
No, out the door. Go.
All right.
And put that Pichu down.
All right. Okay. Fine.
See you trying to sneak.
Pichu's got to stay in here.
Okay, he's out. All right. Curtis.
Yes.
How would you rate Corbin's participation in this assignment? And this is please on a scale of 1 to 4, if you could.
Well, Corbin was here and he was dialed in and he had a lot of great ideas. He was a little distracted by the Pichus in the room.
It's hard not to
but
be.
you can't blame him for that because how could you not be? That's right. So I have to give him. I'm going to give him a 3.9. Okay.
3.9.
It
is so hard to squeeze a perfect score out of you.
I mean, is anyone ever perfect except for you, Professor? I'm not perfect. I would never hope to get a 4, but for you, Professor, only you are the perfect one, and the Night Mother, of course.
Okay. Great. Thank you for your feedback.
Let me go tag out with Corbin.
Okay, great.
Please.
And
hold on.
Put the Pichu down.
Oh,
why are you just trying to steal Pichus?
You got me.
Gosh.
You got me. I'm gonna put him right here. Okay. Oh, there's another one fell out of my trench coat as well. That's right.
Oh, dang it.
Oh. See, you can't do. I can't imagine doing something like that. Hey, Professor.
Of course.
All right, get out of here, Mr. Curtis.
All right, I'm gone. Goodbye.
Okay, Corbin. How would you rate Mr. Curtis's participation in this assignment?
I'm gonna give him. I'm probably gonna give him a 3.87. I think he did put in a lot of work. He did have some, good ideas that he brought to the table, but he just working with him. I've talked to him about his hygiene before, and he does smell.
Oh no!
And the fact that it made it a more difficult production because of his lack of hygiene, I think that's the biggest thing against him. But I mean, that's really it. That's really it. Everything
thing?
else, it's a smell thing. I don't think he washes properly. So, but other than that, he was fine.
You said 3.87. Should I just go ahead and round that up to a 3.9?
You can do 3. That's fine.
Okay,
Yeah, 3.9
cool.
is fine.
Great,
yeah.
Thank you. All right, go ahead and bring Mr. Curtis back in.
Mr. Curtis got back in. What's up, buddy? Welcome back.
I don't know. You're not talking to anybody. No.
I wasn't looking. I just assumed he was back in.
Did you? I guess. I'm allowed in.
You're back in. Yeah,
Yes.
you can come back in. Sorry.
Okay.
No, you
twist. I'm coming in.
You twist the door. It's not just a push. You have to twist the door knob.
You have to twist it.
It won't.
It gets jammed.
So
it gets jammed.
So you're
really
twisting
easily.
and pulling. You need to twist and push, Mr. Curtis. Have you never worked a door before?
I had to push. Yeah. Okay. I was pulling. I was pulling. I meant to push. All right. I'm here. Okay. I'm sorry.
Okay. Great. All right. Come. Okay.
All right. That's
all right, everybody. Man, that was...
Portia, don't put that part in.
No, Portia, put that part in. Replay it right now. No, don't do that.
No.
Don't do that. All right, guys, great work today. You know, I'm so glad everybody was able to stay focused, even with all these cute little Pichus running around. Does anybody have any final questions they want to ask before we wrap this lesson up?
Can I stay the night here for the next week? This seems like a fun place, and it's better than where I'm staying in the city.
You got it. You have to take it up.
You can stay in my shack.
You can stay with Mr. You should certainly stay with Mr. Curtis.
I don't. Yeah, that's
all
okay.
right.
I'm sure
it's decided. You're staying with Mr. Curtis.
No, I don't want. No, I'm not doing that.
I'll put
a
cot up in the shack.
As your legal guardian.
No.
As your legal guardian.
No, I think I spotted a spare bedroom on the way into this room with all the Pichus.
No. If there was a spare bedroom, they would have let me sleep inside. No, they put me in the shack because there's no rooms inside.
Yeah, sure. That's yeah. Of course they would have. They definitely would have done that. Not for other reasons.
Yeah, they're not afraid of you.
I'll ask. I'd like to stay here for a week.
Yeah, ask Mr. and Mrs. Rigby.
Okay, I'll ask them on the way out for sure.
Great. Okay, well, if there's no more questions, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. That does it for today's lesson on Pichu. Does anybody know who we're going to be talking about next week? It's another baby Pokemon.
Pikachu. Wait a minute. What are we talking about?
You know what? Understandable. You know that Pichu evolves into Pikachu, so I can understand why you would think that Pikachu is next. But no, we already talked about Pikachu.
You're right. That's true.
Is it Decidueye, Professor?
No, it's not Decidueye. Close.
Oh.
Close. We're learning about Cleffa next week.
Oh, which one's that one?
Very close.
So Cleffa evolves into Clefairy.
Oh, okay. We did
yeah.
talk about Clefairy. I forgot about that.
I know. Sometimes I forget what we've talked about.
Empty sack of air Pokemon. I remember that.
Right.
Yeah, it's actually the hot air balloon or something, I think is what you said.
Hey, Mr. Curtis thought they were from space.
I mean, they might be. They might be from the moon.
No, he thought that they were inflatable.
They can deflate themselves and crawl into rocks.
They crawl into rocks. That's what it was. He's so weird.
Well, kind of. You know what?
I knew it was something weird.
Go ahead and review the Clefairy lesson before coming to class next week, Corbin.
Revisit it.
You know what? All the students go ahead. And
every student, go back, do a little replay.
All right, but that is next week, and I want to say one last time. Today is the beginning of voting.
A new journey. Oh.
Kinda, I guess. So starting from today, you can go into the description of this lesson and subsequent lessons to our link tree to access the Google form where you can vote on the new class president. Unfortunately, nomination time is over, so you can no longer send in nominations, but you can begin to vote, and you have until February 28th, which will be the Togepi lesson.
Yeah.
So make sure your voice is heard. Do your civic duty. Make sure
let them know.
Vote for a class president that's going to make sure that your interests are at the forefront of this classroom.
This is a big decision, guys. I was your first one. I think it's only right that I tell you take a lot of time to think about it. Don't just pick people.
You were certainly the first one, but nowhere near the best one so far. That one, I think our current president has done an incredible job. Thank you so much, Vespa.
Vespa has done great things.
If we could have you for a second term, we would. But I'm looking at the WWOP Constitution, and it says 1 term allowed. So
1 term limitation. Yes. Sorry,
that's a shame. I mean, listen, I'm just following the rules.
I'd like to revisit that.
But anyways, if anybody wants to get in contact with me, the professor, or any of my students, well, hey. Go to that link tree I mentioned earlier. There's a Gmail, there's a Twitter, there's a Instagram, maybe there's a TikTok, there's a Patreon. Hold on now. What's this? Are you sitting there thinking, oh gosh, these lessons are great. If only I could get more.
Oh, I have too much money. I wish I could throw it at something.
I have just too much money, or I really want to support this class, or I just want more content from these wonderful people. Well,
I want to see Mr. Curtis's doodles.
Well, I don't think anybody signs up for that.
Yeah, I don't think anybody thinks about that. But you can go check out our Patreon for Corbin. You do a better job at explaining this.
The Patreon is listen. Our link tree. It's in the description of every single lesson. It's on the About section on Spotify, and Flapple Podcast. The link tree has everything. It's got the link to the Patreon. It's got the link to the class presidency voting. It's got it all. And on Patreon, we got Mr. Curtis's drawings. You get a Pokemon named after you. Like, coincidentally, Lynn, who was a patron, had a Pokemon, Pichu, named after them. So you get a Pokemon named after you. You can listen to the outtakes and bloopers. You can listen to Q&As where you get to ask any question you want. You get full access to the Discord, which is another good one. A lot of our current class president candidates are very active in the Discord, and I'm not going to lie, I think that helps a little bit. Getting in there with your subjects, with your peers, and engaging with them is super fun, and it's the lowest tier on our Patreon to be able to do that. So do it
if you want, if you have the means.
And our Nuzlocke is currently ongoing, so yeah, that'll be fun too. Any tier, you get to watch the Nuzlocke challenge that we're doing, a playthrough, if you will.
And hey, it's going great, right, guys?
Oh yeah,
we're doing very well,
no doubt.
Anywho, that's gonna do it for today's lesson. So until next time, class is dismissed.